Greetings and welcome to another video. And today, yeah, we're going to be reacting to training scenes from Rocky 5 and 6. Why both of them? Because there's honestly not much to talk about. About one. As most people, do know, Rocky 5 was kind of the, shall we say, redheaded stepchild of the Rocky franchise. But we're still gonna talk about it. But first, okay, let's do this. Just gonna lower the volume. Okay, now some background information. In Rocky 5, Rocky actually isn't training. He had to retire because of permanent brain damage from his fight with Ivan Drago. So he's actually training another fighter. His name is Tommy Gunn. Although he's actually played by a real life pro boxer who's pretty good. So okay, standard heavy bag work. Okay, we saw him throwing a bunch of body shots in succession there for a second before going for the standard Rocky, pulling back way too far, for the hook. Again, the technique isn't all that good, but what are we expecting? It's Rocky, and he's the one teaching this kid. Okay, there we see him practicing with the slip rope. That's a good way of practicing head movements. For instance, specifically, rolling under things like hooks, or just practicing your bobbing and weaving. And he was going up with uppercuts on each side. That's a perfectly suitable way of training this. However, he was kind of over exaggerating the head movement, which not the best thing to do. And also, he was kind of squatting and lifting with it instead of twisting the way you're supposed to. And he's not really putting the momentum into the rotation here. Okay, medicine ball. Okay, getting back there for a second because I'm not sure what they're doing first. Okay, now this is one of two things because I can't really see that well. Either Rocky's throwing it into Tommy's stomach and he's catching it and then throwing it back to him, which is conditioning the stomach. Or they're just throwing it to each other and then throwing it back, which is good cardio training, explosive workout, and just good for adding additional power training. Okay, that was actually better, but more slip rope. And there we actually see Paulie, Rocky's brother-in-law, training Rocky's son, which honestly is good for him because that Paulie's probably the most qualified boxing coach in the entire movie. Not even joking, his actor was an actual boxer who was trained by Cus D'Amato himself. You heard that right. Paulie is a better boxer than Rocky, at least in real life. Stallone is ripped though. Okay, speed bag. Okay, this is actually pretty accurate to what it looks like when you see a beginner who just knows what it looks like to use a speed bag. Start on the speed bag. Me, I didn't know what it looked like, so I kind of looked completely different, but yeah, there is no doubt that is accurate. Okay, we see Tommy having some matches. Okay, we see him showing some respect to his opponent. Although that could be disrespect, I don't know. More speed bag. Okay, Rocky's son getting the hang of the speed bag. Getting distracted because his father's kind of paying all of his attention to his student. Okay. Okay, we see him sparring. Now, Wanted to say this because I actually just learned this fact, but not all fighters spar the same way. Of course, there's a difference between light and heavy sparring, but light and hard sparring. But turns out there's a Muhammad Ali specifically didn't spar to get better at fighting. He just sparred to have the other guy hit him repeatedly as a way of conditioning his body for a fight. So, mm, okay, running. Can't have Rocky without running. Okay, knuckle push-ups. Bad form knuckle push-ups, but knuckle push-ups nonetheless. You want to focus on these two knuckles here. But this third one's perfectly fine, but not this one on the end here. Well, it really depends on your martial art, but they're boxers. It's these three knuckles specifically. In traditional martial arts, like karate, we say these two. In Wing Chun, they say the bottom two actually, because they only do vertical fists and it completely changes the alignment of the bones. In, there's even a style called Sistema where they punch where they try to hit with every part of with this entire thing, because they want to put as much mass into it as possible. But in this case, he's doing it with bad form. But given that he's new, probably new to doing these specifically, I'll give him a pass. Okay, decline sit-ups. I think sit-ups are probably the worst ab exercise in the world, but well, I'd say they're not as bad as bird dogs. But yeah, so decline sit-ups though, excellent. Okay, Rocky Sun is getting good at the speed bag, way faster than I was at it. Okay, and he's moving up to one arm push-ups. As I mentioned in a previous video, anti-rotational strength, allowing for greater rotational strength, more strength, more shoulder endurance, overall improving punching power, all of it. I hope he hasn't worked the other arm. Okay, mitt work with Polly. Okay, I mentioned earlier how I said that Polly, because of his actor, would be the most qualified. That is not how you hold mitts. If you hold them out like this, you're just asking for your shoulders to be permanently damaged. And also because you're not really moving them, you're just not actually and since you're not actually moving them, you're not they're not really getting any actual benefit from them sets apart from say heavy bag training. And you're not doing the defense work either, so I'll give it a pass though, because canonically Polly doesn't know how to box, even though he's helped so much with Rocky's training over the years. You don't stop it. You wait, to get that big punch. You just okay. The Rocky stares again, but still. Okay, that was actually a pretty nice hook. Okay, so that's it for Rocky 5. Overall, this is not a bad training scene by any means. However, the emotional content of the movie got in the way. It also put in a montage of Tommy fighting because, well, it's an important part to the movie. Look, I'm not mad, Stallone. I'm just disappointed. but but yeah. So this is honestly probably, I'm going to say, as of as of what I know at the moment, this is probably the worst training montage in the Rocky movies, just because they take so much focus off of the training. I'm going to give this one a 5 out of 10 because there's nothing special about it, and well, overall, just doesn't feel all that impactful. So now, time for Rocky 6. Okay, got a training. Yeah, thanks. Got a video for the training for Rocky 6. Now it says here it's the final Rocky training, but honestly, don't I can't remember off the top of my head if it actually was. I know the Creed movies are going on now, which I might have to get around to watching at some point. But so let's get into this. Now, for reference, Rocky's an old man, and he wants to get back into boxing because why not? Well, I know that it's really just because, just there's a lot of things that went more, a lot more that went into it, but I really don't want to waste everyone's time. So
You know all there is to know about fighting, so there's no sense us going down that same old road again. To beat this guy, you need speed. You don't have it. And your knees can't take the pound, so hard running is out. And you got arthritis in your neck. You've got calcium deposits on most of your joints, so sparring is out. I had that problem. So what we'll be calling on is good old-fashioned blunt force trauma, horsepower, heavy-duty cast iron, pile-driving punches that will have to hurt so much they'll rattle his ancestors. Every time you hit him with his shot, it's got to feel like he tried kissing the express train. Yeah, let's start building some hurt bombs.
okay, gonna have to take the sunglasses off for this one. And now I have a headache. Okay, so he said Rocky knows everything there is to know about fighting, so you don't have to go down that road. Yeah, but it's boxing. You gotta drill the techniques. You gotta actually work boxing to get better at boxing. Said hard running's out. That's perfectly fine. Even if you just want to have him, even if you want to have him not do jogging, there's plenty of other cardio methods. Matter of fact, some people even would suggest, have said that those exercise bikes are arguably better for for endurance training than running is. I find it. I'm not. I find that I'm pretty yeah iffy on it, but it's definitely easier on the knees. And talk about building power for the sake of just making sure that every hit counts, and it counts. Honestly, that's perfect. Rocky's fighting a guy way younger than him, and way faster than him. He's used to the faster part, but and you could argue that he's used to the younger part too, since because of his time dealing with Drago. But regardless, it makes perfect sense. Build up the power so that you can deal enough damage to win with just a couple hits. That's Rocky style. Take the punches and then just hit your own and call it a day, because they're unconscious. So let's see how they plan on doing this. They seem to be in a pretty standard gym, so probably a lot of weightlifting in this. Okay, this scene just got about 500 times better. Gonna Fly Now is one of the best montage songs ever. Matter of fact, I used it in in a montage that I did as my progression over the years on the speed bag not too long ago. Admittedly, I did use a scene from use a training montage from Rocky 2 to get get the audio, but and he's running. Okay, I assume. Okay, I'm assuming this that yeah because of this jogging's fine. If that's the case, then yeah he should have no problem. So he had problems with his endurance training. Now we see him doing pull-ups, neutral grip pull-ups. Those are actually easier on the elbows, so it makes perfect sense why he would be doing these specifically. Okay, okay, we see his opponent, Rocky's opponent, taping up his hands, probably about to get to work. Okay, shadow boxing. Okay, Rocky's doing some work with kettlebells. Excellent for building dynamic power, yeah, and all that. But it appears to be too heavy for him. Based on the size, I'd say it looks roughly about. Uh, I almost grabbed mine to compare the size, but I'd say roughly 15, 20 pounds maybe. Makes so. Okay, mitt work. And it looks like the person knows decently how to hold the mitts, unlike Polly. Okay, running with a dog. That's always good. Okay, they're having Rocky lift heavy weights with a weightlifting belt. So at least they're giving him the added core support. But if he doesn't have the form for, he doesn't appear to have the form down for the movement. So have him use a lighter weight. Okay, squatting with bad form, but most people nowadays squat with bad form, so I can't really give him that much problem. Okay, mitt work. Okay, substituting the kettlebell with chains. That's actually a pretty good idea. Actually, that looks like it was more like he was trying to substitute the barbell movement. But yeah. Okay, speed bag. Okay, he was doing the bench press. Bench press, not that practical a movement. But I mean, it looks cool. More shadow boxing. Okay, this right here, very painful. Yeah, if you've never done it before, you will hate your existence while doing it. But it will make your hands faster and give you some decent power. Okay, more kettlebell stuff. Polly's feeling the burn. Rocky's doing Olympic weightlifting. That's always good for building power. Okay, sledgehammer swings into tires. That's great, but my question is, why is he's kind of doing it like, I think it's kind of like a golf swing. Never seen someone do it like that before. And Rocky's doing kind of like what looks like kind of like a medicine ball slam with a keg. Okay, Rocky's trying to get his daily dose of salmonella again. All I'm just gonna say this: someone should just get him a tub of protein powder. Okay, let me do some quick math real quick. Assuming those are all 45-pound plates. So the reflection, the glare is kind of making it hard to count the number of plates, but okay. Rocky's squatting 450 pounds. Oh, wait. 495. I forgot to count the bar. That is impressive. Oh, but keep in mind he is wearing the weightlifting belt and knee wraps. So, still very impressive. Don't do this. That is a lot of weight. You will get bicep tears. You will you might tear the tendon in your elbow, and then you will wish you were never born. If you do it with like a 2.5 to 3 pound dumbbells, that's perfectly fine. Matter of fact, I shadow box with those. Shadow box with 3 pound dumbbells. They're great. Just not this. And also throw your up. practice your techniques with good form. Heavy bag work, no problems there. And I like how he's doing it. Since he's doing it at home, he's actually not wearing boxing gloves, so he's got to work on proper articulation of the hands and wrist. It's actually something that a lot of the old schoolers like Ali and Marciano used to do, and Dempsey. They used to use those thin bag gloves that just were it was just a layer of leather over your hands to prevent your skin from tearing. It's always great to see. It's always great to see people doing something like that, especially boxers. Okay, got Rocky punching the meat. We're always used to watching Rocky punch the meat, and honestly, it has basically the same benefits as the heavy bag. But a bit of psychological edge, knowing okay, this is gonna definitely help, and probably get used to the feel of it. But he'll be wearing gloves in the match, so the feel will less not matter as much. But yeah, that thing punching that will definitely feel closer to punching a person. Okay, Rocky's. Okay, Rocky's doing dynamic pull-ups. I can't really say that he's say much since he's better at pull-ups than I am. I recently got to the point of being able to do 3 sets of 5 with little difficulty. And Rocky's destroying me. That's a clean and press. Which, funny enough, this is the very movement that we saw Ivan Drago doing. Yeah, that when compared to Rocky, back when Rocky was doing old school training versus Ivan Drago's modern training. I just realized that, and that's hilarious. And the Rocky stairs. Okay, so that's it for that. For the Rocky 6 training montage, and overall, a pretty solid. Solid. Yeah, bout for training, and a good scene, no question about it. I gotta give him points for returning to Gonna Fly Now as their montage song, because it's always going to be the Rocky song to me, and on top of that, the location for training was actually pretty nice. They could have used more showing for the training of Rocky's opponent, because most of what we saw him doing was either was just the same a lot of shadow boxing, fair bit of mitt work, saw a bit on the speed bag, but we could have seen a bit more as a but and gotta deduct points because Rocky's still drinking eggs. I always heard people say that it was people give different reasons for why Rocky drank the eggs. Some people say it's because he wanted to save time. Some people say it's because he didn't have access to a stove. Yeah, well, he's still doing it. Maybe he thinks it's just one of those things that he did in his prime that probably helped. Kind of like how Jack Dempsey would all yeah would yeah would I lost the analogy as I was saying it. But yeah, there are there are plenty of fighters who have those things that they did in their prime that they think gave them an edge, but don't do that. You may not get salmonella. You may not get it the next time, or the time after that, or the time after that, or the time after that. But 1 in 30,000 eggs has salmonella, and the day you get it, you will wish you died. Okay, that's going a bit far, but still. Now, as far as the training itself, Rocky could definitely go for doing a bit more bodyweight stuff. I don't think we saw him doing any ab work. Matter of fact, most things had artificially granted core stability. We didn't see him doing any body conditioning, which makes sense. He's old and probably can't take the beating. But we did see him doing impact training with the heavy bag and the and that yeah, hanging cow. We saw him doing endurance work in the form of his jogging and the heavy bag stuff. We saw plenty of strength work, and we saw him yeah, and we saw him doing doing some body weight stuff. Specifically, we saw him doing pull-ups and that one exercise that I never learned the name of, where you have the ball, and you kind of just are quickly switching between hand positions. Oh, and also there's the fact that he squatted nearly 500 pounds. For me, 245 was impressive for me. It was 235 was impressive for me when I maxed out on squats. Yeah. So, but overall, would this routine, would training like this make you a better boxer? Well, it wouldn't make you a worse boxer. If you combine their training, yeah, Rocky's strength training with some additional boxing in there, boxing in there with his opponent. I think his name was Mason Dixon or something like that. If you combine their training, it's a great routine that will make you better at boxing. So overall, it's definitely not the best training scene in Rocky, not by a long shot, but it's not bad. I'd say this is it's a solid 6. Rocky 2, Rocky and Rocky 2 are easily 8s. Heck, I might even put I might even put Rocky 2 at a 9, just because of just because of the build up just because of the build up to it. And because of this, and because of the scene, and because of because the Rocky stairs scene in that one was awesome. So, uh, so this is a solid 6. Rocky 5 was a 5. Big surprise. Yeah. Oh, so that's pretty much that's about it for this video. Thank you all very much for watching. This is Random Man, signing off.